What's up everyone, it's King Gambler here. I'm back with a new YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help grow the channel. And let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts about this current video. Without further ado, let's get on with it. Alright, so this is going to be the first match. We're going to take a look at my EVO run. Basically the two matches, my match to get into top 8 at EVO, and then my match in top 8 versus Foxy. But this is the first video, first portion of it. This was a big moment in my career. So obviously prior to this, I had just made top 8 at CEO in 2021. But as far as there has never been, or there wasn't really a high stakes tournament like EVO 2022 since 2020 pro competition. That's where we had top players, you know, from everywhere, including the two Chilean brothers, Nicholas and Scorpion Prox. We had Rewind, we had, you know, Foxy, we had Konqueror. We had players from all over the world. We had basically the best players here for one last tournament, one basically last hoorah for Mortal Kombat 11 at EVO, right? And this was a big match for me. So honestly, I just had a crazy like losers bracket run, defeating players like Ludi, J-Chan, and then I had Sunil, Mighty Unjust, and this was the last person standing in my way, which was Konqueror, to get into the top 8. So we're going to take a look at these matches, and we're going to kind of go basically inside the mind of how, like, my decision making, what were I thinking during the moment. And it has been a while since I felt like pressure, right? Because I've never like had to play a match to where it was like to basically make a top 8 at like a quote-unquote major, right?
They are a united effort. Yep. Have you seen Game of Thrones, guys?
Well, let's go ahead and skip forward to the match.
All the guys, Brazil as well. You guys are incredible. That is.
And you can kind of see behind me, the crowd starts to like improve more and more.
Shouts to Toki, who's actually here from Chile.
We didn't even need a button check. We just went straight into it. I have a tradition. I don't know why. It's kind of like my stress reliever tradition, where I'll like put my hand through my hair, or I'll like wipe my hands like on my jeans, my jersey. Like it's just like a tradition for me. I don't know why.
It would be kind of dope that in the future, if we ever get another chance to be all offline like this.
The lady asked us if we needed a button check if we're going straight in. We just said we're getting straight into it.
Because we are giving the sweat.
So I don't know what happened right here, but they didn't show the first part of the match. They just keep the screen on us. Not sure, but they'll skip to it here in a second.
Add in a Gi Exceptional, who actually had a really good run too from Brazil. And man, they are stacked.
So I like to check my moves, especially down 4 hit advantage, and go into forward 4. And this is also a good tool that I like to do, which is back 2 and go into creeping ice, because most people, they just expect back 2 and they're trying to like press a button right after. So the creeping ice really throws them off guard, and it will start to like catch them, you know, pressing buttons. It's a good like basically like anti-button check.
And hasn't looked back since the switch to Sub-Zero. He said he just finds it to be a much easier time at a competitive level, the Sub-Zero. And what I'm also
So what I did right there also, I don't know if people notice, is I went for a double down 4, because typically noob Cybots, they'll go into their, I think that's forward 2. What's always can be able to tell me, right? The high, right? They typically like to go into that because that's the next like best move for basically the range. Instead of really checking with back 1, which is their mid. Yeah, the advancing high is forward 2. So that's really what I noticed. That's what he went into.
Mersum 177 cheered. X25.
Yo, Mr. Sam, thank you so much for the 25 bits. But yeah, so, and that's basically what my way of like checking him is, just doing a double down 4 in that situation. So this is like a first time I took the risk, which was forward 2.
Lady Elmo cheered. X200.
Lady Elmo, thank you so much for the 200 bits. I appreciate it. But you'll notice too, so that was a good air to air I needed to win. If I lost that air to air, I would have lost the round. But because it traded, it went in my favor. But here's the thing, is sometimes you have to know, especially whenever you play offline Sub-Zero, right? You have to know when to mix up forward 2 Ice Ball and really to just keep it safe with forward 2 Creeping Ice. That's why people like to ask me, oh, why are you playing Deep Freeze and Creeping Ice and not like Rising Ice and like Deep Freeze? Because I love to play safe with Sub-Zero. I just feel like it's more of a unique playstyle, and especially look at the way I'm like just walking back constantly, right? I'm really controlling the pace right here, and now I'm in, and that's a thing I really just did right there, is the amount of down one, stand ones, and stand two staggers. It's that check city game play, really, because, you know, it's really hard, especially whenever you have a -1 or neutral, like, check, you're able to do that, right? You're able to, you know, throw off your opponent's timing. And you can even tell right there, I got a throw counter because he went for a down 2. So I did down 1, stand 1, and then stand 2, and then was able to throw him. Even though, you know, it's crazy, I threw him forward. You would have thought that the down 2 would have either down 2 KB'd me or it would have just teched the grab, but it didn't. So it set me up in a perfect meaty situation right here
Into the corner.
to keep him into the corner.
Out of the corner at his will. That's a frame walker in this game. That was ridiculous.
Oh, and a nice. Oh,
So that's a risk also to really go for right here. This isn't always going to go in your favor. This will only work is, you know, whenever you get a back 2 or a flawless walk up 2 and to forward 4 KB, it will only really work unless you're a big body character or unless your opponent breaks away for like a character like Noob. That's how I was able to get the armor breaker right there.
okay. King Gambler going for the flawless up 2.
And I like to mix up.
It is very hard to get an armor break with Sub-Zero.
See, once again, the same situation happened right there about it being a down 4, and I just basically backdashed because he tried to go for his advancing high string, which was 4-2, and I was able to whip punish and get a simple crushing blow combo and secure game number 1.
So you had a bad day.
Aquaman's broken.
And surprisingly enough, because Konqueror is known for being also one of the best Sub-Zeros in the whole world, yet he played the first 2 matches with Noob Saibot.
I feel like every crushing blow Sub-Zero has is equal to a fatal blow. I'm gonna say it.
There's one slide KB already charged. And that's just guts right there. Taking a look how most players are not blocking on meaty, and I'll just throw out a random slide to really throw them off guard. That just shows that I don't have fear.
From Konqueror 400, but into the down.
See, and check this out. I tried to go for the forward 4 KB, and then I was still able to capitalize. Look, you'll see right here. Look at this check. You see what I'm talking about right there? The down 1, stand 1, and then you're able to get a 50-50 off of a forward throw and a back throw, especially with Sub-Zero, because people are already scared enough to tech the throw because of his mix. You know what I'm saying?
Is like super hyper focused right now and playing super solid.
He is. He was actually up in Mortal Kombat X and had to DQ. Putting focus here on MK11 looks like it's paying off dividends. And he's someone that I was afraid was going to stretch himself too thin. He's currently really highly placed in multiverses.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
currently in BlazBlue.
I did a sweep and was able to still get a dash forward to make his jump in whiff. Look at this. You see that? And now after that down 1, you see how I was able to convert a 2-1 into creeping ice? Because he was anticipating I was going to stagger it. Fighting games are really, really mentally, like, it's like a mental boxing match. Really, that's all it is. Because obviously you're not trying to get knocked out, but like you're trying to also play stellar defense and have a reaction to your opponent. But if your opponent consistently keeps mixing it up, all it is just going to keep throwing mind games right there, which I had a tendency to do down 1, stand 2, stagger, and able to mix in a throw. But also right there in that situation, I was able to get a down 1 into 2-1 creeping ice to keep my pressure going.
I was like, he is kind of elite.
He is.
No hit confirm for me right there, but it's okay. I had a significant life lead, so I wasn't too worried about that.
Has a really good health lead. Doesn't really have to extend too much. Should wait for a
See what I'm saying? Look at all these, like,
What is this? He is wave dashing?
see, even Aquaman couldn't believe it too. I was really throwing him off his guard because that's just it though. It's a unique playstyle that no one's really looking for. And then I was able to mix it up right there by doing down 1 into getting my safe mix, which was 4-2 creeping ice. It was able to hit, and it just did enough damage to be able to go up 2-0. So it's hard as a player to be able to react to that, right? And now we're in the Sub-Zero mirror, and I'm up 2-0. And honestly, I looked at some players, and I told myself, I'm kind of scared to play this mirror. I'm honestly not the best at playing this mirror. So honestly, I was intimidated. And knowing that Konqueror was another one of the best Sub-Zeros, it really left me in fear.
There's the dark blue. There's the aquamarine sapphire. There's the I'm gonna be honest with you, I can barely see these characters. There's 2 Sub-Zeros in the background.
Okay, I think, yeah, so the white Sub-Zero is actually Conqueror, and then the
Purple,
dark,
bluish.
yeah, is King Gambler.
Yeah, so I am the one that's in the purple, and Conqueror's wearing the one where it looks like the white and blue skin.
Alright, going into the deep freeze, nice flawless block there from Conqueror.
And see right there, so that's what I noticed from Conqueror too, is he was going a lot into his high strings. And you'll notice something too, because I do this later on in the set. But for me, it actually worked. But my mentality too is I want to make sure I'm able to control the whole pace and throw Conqueror off his game. Because don't get me wrong, Conqueror's a super fundamental player. But you have to be able to throw some players off of their game. And that's exactly what I did right there, is going for a double down 4 situation, which is a complete risk also, right? Because the down 4 could have whipped and I could have gotten 4-2'd, or I could have gotten, checked with the back 3 in case, and that would have beaten my next down 4.
But a good down 3 check there.
And then once again, I go for a back 3, and then was able to get a back throw to get an escape fail with throw cushion but loaded.
Right there. If there is a rule against Sub-Zero, it is that jump 1.
See, and you see that Conqueror tries to use that same gameplay on me, which it doesn't work. And the crazy part is Conqueror threw me forward, which is it's so crazy. He threw me forward out of the corner, and I teched it. And then what I did, since I already had the escape fail loaded, was I checked him back with a down 1, got a stand 1 of my own, and then threw him backwards. That's just all mind games. And even though I had the escape fail loaded, it doesn't matter. I still have the throw KB loaded up.
And this is a match point, medal point.
Yes.
EVO medal point for King Gambler.
Dude, my heart was beating so fast in this moment. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I was like, oh my god, I really won I've really won 5 rounds straight. I need one more round to make EVO top 8. My heart was beating so fast. No, it's still going. See, now he's going for that Czech City game.
Looks so strong right now
On the verge of it here.
Yep, right here. And again, that jump in just Conqueror not really able to anti-air and stop him from doing it.
And notice how I was really content with just blocking all of these ice balls right here. I wasn't going to try to take a risk of getting meter burn ice ball. There I go for another down 4, double down 4 check.
I think that leaves it not as plus either.
Yeah, I think you actually get a turn.
And then right here, this is just straight. This is just straight neutral. I had the back throw KB loaded. He didn't tech it, and that's it.
King Gambler.
Amazing stuff there for King Gambler.
Young
defeating
Joey,
Conqueror.
everyone. 3-0.
It was such a big moment for me, right? Such a big moment because I've always been one of those players that no one really looks, you wouldn't think, right, that, like, obviously you would think highly of me, but you would not think I would make it. Like, no, unless you're my training partner, like Tweety said, unless you're my training partner, you would have never thought that I would have been able to make it to that situation. And it's one of those things where it doesn't matter, bro. You just have to have that type of confidence and belief in yourself, and good things will happen. And that's all I did, was just make sure I had good things, good mindset. I didn't let anything distract me, anything bother me, and I was able to successfully make that EVO top 8.